Hello everybody and welcome back to the Black Reliquary. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Alrighty, so in this episode I promised that if nothing else we were going to get ourselves some progress. So, hopefully, that is what I intend to do in this one. So the original intro for some reason just got deleted, so I'm gonna give the Cliff Notes version of that intro, because there was a couple things I went over, but obviously I don't know what happened to the original intro. Maybe it corrupted. It wouldn't be the first time in recent memory, or maybe I accidentally deleted it. Don't know. Honestly, could have been anything. But our big plan today is we want to get as many people leveled up, we want to get as many Zeppelin upgrades as we can possibly get, and we want to get as much adventuring in as we possibly can so that that boss is ready to go and is discovered for us to deal with. So I'm probably going to show a little bit of the farming I did while I go over a couple of things. Just in the background. Probably, remember to do that. So, basically, we want to try and upgrade the Zeppelin so that we can have level 4 weapons and armor, as well as level 4 skills. Because the skills is actually the hard one that I've discovered as far as leveling up. But if we can get everything up to level 4, we're basically good to go when it comes to actually doing the boss fight. And obviously, I do want to point out, even despite, I say this every single expansion of Black Reliquary, but this is by far the hardest one. Like, the game absolutely, it kicks dirt right in your eye in this expansion. The Trogs are by far the hardest group to fight. So, we're definitely gonna have to take things a little bit seriously. We're definitely, well, I'm gonna have to start putting my try-hard pants on, because you just can't fight the Trogs as if you're fighting a normal Darkest Dungeon enemy. They are not a normal enemy. They have way too much damage, way too much utility, and way too many numbers to just fight as if they're a normal enemy. So a lot of the things I know for a fact I can get away with in base Darkest Dungeon, I can't do that here. So I'm gonna have to adapt pretty hard if we are going to get through this. And I am going to get through this, hopefully, before the next area is revealed, because I know they're teasing it a little bit. I've heard some things here and there about the new area, so hopefully we can beat this level 5 boss before that area actually comes out. That'd be nice, but if not, we'll beat it at some point. But yeah, the main goal of this episode is just going to be progress, progress, progress. I don't think we're going to be able to actually do the boss in this episode. We're just a little bit too far behind to pull it off, if we want to do it safely. Now, we could technically just go in there with level 4s, and they only have level 3 weapons and armor, but I'm not willing to risk that again. So, I know, one extra episode, gosh darn, I know you guys are upset about that, but hey, that's just an extra episode of Black Reliquary, and in the next episode, I can 100% guarantee, even if it is a 8-hour video, we're gonna kill that boss in the next one. So consider this our final stand for gearing up before we take on the level 5 boss. In the previous one, I noticed there was a few comments that were a little iffy about Lilith, and I cannot blame you guys for that. I know having Lilith in Black Reliquary is a little bit of a weird thing, but at the very least, I want to try and soothe your mind. We are not, and this is reiterating because I've already brought this up, I'm 90% sure. we're not bringing her into the troglodyte area. We're not going to fight we're not going to fight trog bosses with her. The only things we're actually going to do with her is content we've already done. So you guys don't need to worry about it. We are going to show her off just a little bit because, like I said, some viewers did work very hard to actually get her working, and change some of her abilities to mystical skills, up her numbers, down her numbers, you know, all that sort of jazz. Try and make Lilith as balanced as Lilith can be. And, so she is going to get a little bit of screen time, so I hope you guys are okay with that. And if nothing else, it makes me unique. I'm the only Black Reliquary YouTuber who has Lilith. So, if nothing else, it makes me unique, you know what I mean? But yeah, don't worry about Lilith. She's not going to overtake this series of Black Reliquary or anything. But I did think she deserves some screen time since people went out of their way to get her working for me and made her relatively balanced. Like, if anything, I actually think a base leper does more than her before she gets a couple stacks up. So that right there, to me, screams that she's balanced. Not to mention, an enemy hits her once, she's basically on death's door already. So she's effectively a glass cannon with the BR patch. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I know a couple of you are commenting about that. So I did want to address it. So it'll be fine. She's pretty balanced, at least I think. Obviously, she does still have Lilith things, but you can't really get rid of those. But at the very least, they are pretty balanced. So regardless, I'll see you after we're done farming. Oh, hello. Well, you might have noticed our farming went extraordinarily terrible. And that was only a small snippet of what I considered to be the most, well, let's call it fun moments that we encountered upon my horrible spree of luck. So, we're feeling a little bit desperate in this estate. You could say we're feeling a little bit gold-starved. Now, I know what you're saying. Shadow, surely the gold situation isn't that bad. Well, that's where you're wrong, my dear viewer. Because as you can see, we have 18 gold in the bank, which is not fantastic. So, I am put into a situation in which I think we're pretty close to the edge of the line where I simply can't continue. But we're not quite there yet. If worst comes to worse, I will sell every single one of my trinkets just to stabilize if it comes down to it. Which will hurt us in the long run, but it'll help us right now where we are essentially stopped dead in our tracks. So, part of the reason I'm so broke is because we actually managed to get the medicinal distillery, which was a little bit expensive, but I still had maybe, I want to say 15, 20k gold left over, which is a little low, but a pretty comfortable amount. Issue: we did not make up nearly enough to make it back. And, as you could see from that final little fight where we encountered the truth. Yeah, that was basically our final attempt at a gold run, and as you can see, it didn't really go well. Now, I should have ran a bit sooner, but the shock of what we were seeing was kind of preventing me from leaving in a quick fashion. So that was great. We definitely should have ran a little bit quicker, although I did try to run twice, it just didn't quite work out for me. But we should have ran a little bit quicker, although seeing the stonework question mark enemy and then encountering the truth kind of threw me for a loop. And, yeah, needless to say, I was not prepared for that. And I am not prepared now. So, we have a couple options on our plate. I was intending to end this episode at least attempting the boss. The issue with that is, not only do we still not have the goddamn boss discovered, we're very, very close. We need like one more dungeon, I think. Not only do we not have the boss discovered, we don't have high enough levels to actually go deal with it, and we don't have any gold. We've also lost a sizable amount of our good trinkets. Now, hope isn't all said and done. We do still have a little bit of things that we can do. So here's what I'm thinking. I've been told that the Ghoul Mother drops something that will make getting gold a lot easier. So, we don't exactly have a high level team, but this is what we have. These are not characters that I planned to go into the final boss of the caverns with. So, I think they're just going to have to be the ones that go. Obviously, we are going to bring Lilith, because we have beaten this boss in the past, and my rule was new bosses will not have Lilith fighting them. And this is not a new boss, so we're going to be bringing Lilith. The team comp is relatively simple. We don't have a Vestal anymore, so we're going to attempt and rely on the Occultist. We have a fair amount of mark synergy between the Bounty Hunter and Lilith. And we have a lot of sheer damage with a decent amount of survivability with the Shield Breaker. So the only thing we can do is we have 4 options, but 3 of them are real options. Option 1. Sell a vast majority of our trinkets just to stabilize on gold and then go for some gold runs. Option 2. Kill the Ghoul Mother and use whatever she gives to help ourselves get more gold without having to sacrifice all of our trinkets away. Option 3. Just go on a gold run with some low levels in the Levantine area and hope we get lucky. Or option 4, uninstall the mod. Obviously, option 4 is a little bit of a meme option, but that does make me want to bring up something. I'm not willing to restart this estate again. It takes so long to get through the okay, I'm sorry. I say this with the utmost respect because I could never do anything remotely close. Whoever made the caverns and marketed it as short missions is a massive fan of the level design from the spider mods and the pet cemetery. Let's let that sink in. The same person who designed the layout for short caverns missions thinks that the spider missions and the pet cemetery are short. I don't know who did it. Maybe it was a group effort, but these are not short. You give me one campfire and it takes me 2 hours to get through the freaking place. That is not short. That is very long. Please market it as such. And then it's like, long? Oh, good luck. I hope you're ready to die of old age by the time you're through it. Anyway, I just needed to vent a little bit. I'm a little bit frustrated because this has been very annoying. And, gotta be honest, I don't like the Trogs at all. I don't like them at all. I don't think the Sniffers should be able to crit you for 31 damage. I think that's utterly insane. For a Swarmer enemy alone to crit you for 31 damage, that is way too much damage. Especially when it's on a shield breaker with 62 health, and that immediately takes her to half health. That's not okay. That is utterly ridiculous. But, because we're not out yet, I'm not going to give my final thoughts on this update, but I'm pretty sure you can guess what they are. So, let's go on a suicide mission against the Ghoul Queen. And if this doesn't work, we will sell every single one of our trinkets, and then we'll go on a few antiquarian runs and just play extremely safe. Provided we don't run into any giant Karvatst or the truth again. You cannot retreat from this quest. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. I'm in the mindset right now where either we stabilize and we finish, or if we essentially get soft-locked, I'm not fully opposed to just quitting. I gotta be honest, this patch is not fun. So if it comes down to having to quit, I'll quit, and we'll just do it in the next patch where hopefully the enemies have been balanced. Okay, obviously, no supplies. We do not have money. If we tarry, the Ghoul Mother will flee with part of her horde. Let's just do what we can do. There is nothing else to be done but to try. Let's do this. Nothing will take me down. Alright. So, guaranteed hit, because it's simply a mark ability, and it does actually land on her. Very cool. Now, go for the hit. We miss. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Amber Blight. If we can reduce her damage even a little bit, that is going to be a big deal. Serpent Sway. That's going to protect us from a little bit of her damage. Undead Dissonance! Frantic. Triggers on non-killing attack. Okay. 31%. We go for those. We have no choice. We actually hit. We do 11 damage. It shuffles us. She actually misses us somehow. Onslaught. She does end up missing. Okay. Dawn. Go for a hit. 85% chance. We actually landed it. Very cool. Try to mark here. It does land. Very cool. Okay. Big hit. 9 to 17 with a 29% chance to crit. Here we go. 13 damage. We don't land the bleed. It does shuffle us backwards, which isn't a bad thing. Just go for the hit. 13 to 26, 21% crit. We landed a 38% crit. Debuff her little buddy back here, just in case he's something extremely dangerous. The weight of will! 56 crit. That's to be expected, considering this is a level 5 dungeon. Up! Almost lost Lilith on the second turn. Very cool. Here comes the onslaught. 31 damage. He's still standing. Big damage. We miss. 82% chance to hit, and we miss. Those are XCOM numbers. Onslaught. Okay. Still alive. And we're... Okay, Lilith is barely holding on at this point. Minus 28%. The fact she's lived this long is honestly impressive. See, when I said Lilith is balanced, I meant it. It's not often you get to see a Lilith who's, you know, relatively balanced. Big hit. 12 damage. Bleed? No bleed. Okay. 12 damage again. Not doing any. The shield breaker is in fact doing the most damage because she ignores protection. Lilith is dead. Ugh, man, they really did not like Lilith. Okay. 5 damage, not even close. I was kind of hoping for at least one bleed, I gotta be honest. I know that's not the greatest play in the world, but I was really hoping we could land a bleed. That way Lilith could do Wine of Arrogance, which would effectively bring her to full health. Obviously, didn't quite work out that way. 8 damage. I think she's gonna run here shortly. Onslaught, we do have a block. Okay, self-heal. Yeah, was really relying on that bleed. I know I shouldn't have, but I was hoping it'd work out for us. Unfortunately, it didn't. We have to play risky, and playing risky, well, doesn't always work out. Okay. Fearful, that's fine. Fearful again, that's still fine. This has got to be the last turn, I think. We didn't bleed ourselves, so that's not a guaranteed death. Our chance of marking is non-existent. Onslaught. Back onto Death's Door. Okay. That debuff is stacking up. So is the stress. Still have an Aegis. Okay, she leaves with some of our stuff. We get 1 anxiety. We do lose a second character to a heart attack. And we get a rational. Okay. So we traded a bounty hunter and Lilith for... Obviously, these are just our trinkets. Oh. I was going to say we didn't get any of our trinkets back, but we haven't completed the mission yet. So, Yearning Freedom, Ghoul Mother, plus 30% protection, minus 15 dodge, 100% food consumed. And then we also got 2,500, I believe, as well as a little bit extra.
At last, these things are returned to their proper owners.
And okay, we got the Capuchin back. We got our Visceral Gullet back. We did not get our Permanent Repose Trinket back, so could have been better. I'm willing to say that was a worthwhile trade. Yeah. 7k gold. That at least puts us back on the that puts us back in the game, at least. I'm willing to consider that a little bit of stabilizing. So, what do we got next on our list? Obviously, we need to go for some more antiquarian runs. Maybe it's the second trinket that has gold for us, because this doesn't seem like it helps us with gold very much. Which is half the reason I did it. So, a little bit unfortunate there. Because we got the Visceral Gullet back, though, we are able to get the 2 set from the severed, from the trophy set. The Capuchin is going to help us with a bit of extra damage, which we sorely need because of all the extra regen, all the... Oh, by the way, the Thieving Gloves also stealing the Bleed and Blight really sucks. Because if you do like 16 bleed with the Flagellant, and then someone else goes, haha, I'm gonna take the restoration off that character. Well, you also just took the bleed, so... a little bit of an unfortunate interaction there, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so let's think about this. Alright, well, as if my stupidity didn't already hit the ceiling with not retreating earlier, the Flagellant has no freaking trinkets. Wonderful. Excellent job, Shadow. So, let's use Wine of Arrogance, shall we? On the commander. Give me your power. Very cool. Now, it is a once per battle deal, So I'm not convinced it's going to work out for us. But you know what is going to work out for us? 52, 56. Easy. 300% of the time. By the way, that's because we have an extra 9 accuracy. Here we go. Very cool. Okay, we got a double bleed. I'm debuffing you. I don't want you to hit us. Drive the spirit. Nice miss, loser. Honestly, this is not the time to be very cocky because we are not doing well. You are expiated, fiend. Now then. An excellent crit. And then maybe a mark? Works for me. Big damage. 13. That's fine. Actually, dead bleed? Yes, actually, dead to bleed. Her bleed finally did something. So, Lilith's bleed is a bit like the Shield Breaker's Blight. Very, very low, but it lasts for a good amount of time. Unlike the Flagellant, who has a crap ton of bleed, but it doesn't last for very long. So, I'm willing to say that's perfectly fine. Not able to debuff... Actually... Oh, we're not able to kill you, are we? I was gonna say, we could use the extra treasure. Well, hang on. Never say never. Ah! That's fine. Your feeble damage does not mean anything to me. Roar! He managed to hit us. 13. We also get debuffed. Meh. Ah, can't hit him. Alright. Unfortunate. Not the end of the world. We at least get 1 corpse for our trouble. Okay, I'm actually just going to set up a riposte. Yeah, I think a riposte will be the best thing in this situation. I know that seems like a weird choice, going for the riposte on Lilith. Not something you see every day. But we needed to guarantee that we got that extra gold. He's probably going to transcend. Who could have seen this one coming? Wow! Alright. Okay, didn't need to land that anyway. He gets to go first. Here comes a Reeve. 19 damage. Not quite on Death's Door, but we're not exactly looking good. Go for the mark. Oh, that's a guaranteed land. 10%, and we have a trinket that gives us an additional 10%. That's a guarantee right there. Okay. He did. I want healing. Oh, so much better. Ah. Now that makes me feel alive. Okay, we get 750 gold, an additional 500. We get some Valor marks, which honestly, I'm not opposed to leaving behind. I would prefer the Karvatst do not show up. Oh, this is what we needed. Oh my god. This is what we needed. So we're going to pure gain. So even though this was an expensive trek, I think we only have like 300 gold in our bank now. We're actually going to make it all up. So very, very cool. I want you dead. Dead. Bleed. Dang it. The reason I want the bleed so much, by the way, is for Wine of Arrogance, because Lilith does still have Lilith stacking. It's just not nearly as powerful without the Ancestor's Lucky Gold Frog and her unique trinket that has a chance to reset her cooldowns. So, I mean, still powerful, just not completely farmstead destroying like my, videos might have shown. Okay, Sworn Duty. That is fine. That's okay. Double bleed. 24 and 36. We take those. We miss those. Formations! Alright. Expiate. I don't want to hear a word out of you. And if I do, I expect them to not be some kind of filth. Double dodge. Very cool. Okay, we bled one. Bleeding slash. That's fine. If anything, you're just helping us. Actually, that right there is a bleed. I will be taking that off your hands. You! Death. Dang it. We did get a bleed, but not exactly fantastic. I'm gonna go for Fortifying Vapors here, just in case any Death's Door shenanigans happen. That's fine. You're only postponing the inevitable. You will heal us. Actually, I'm kind of scared of death. Well, I'm kind of scared of death. I mean, that's true in real life, but also I'm scared of Samsara death, because that can put us immediately at a stress check. So... Oh, do we go for the hit or double hit? Single hit. 9, that's almost enough. Actually, that increases a little damage because bleeding. Alright, you know what? That's enough. That's enough to get a kill. We're just gonna do a little bit of damage on the commander. Oh, finally landed a crit. Haven't been very lucky with those. Train slash. Okay, they get their own crit in return. I think that's not a heal, at least not yet. So, let's prevent any Death's Door shenanigans here as well. You're dead. Let's just brace up, because we can't do damage to him. Or can we? Lilith, I need you to crit. Actually, I'm not 100% convinced you kill even if you do crit. But crit? You know what? Crit, live with 1, bleed, dead. That's not a crit. You did bleed, but because you didn't crit, it won't matter. Debuff! Yeah, dodge the debuff. Die! Die! I need you dead. No, we didn't land the bleed. Your feeble attacks mean nothing to a holy bearer of the flame. Uh-oh. Wasn't a crit, so it's not the end of the world, but it's still not exactly comfortable. You need to die. Now. Actually. The one situation that's useful. Okay. We don't have Starfall. That would have been nice right now. You're not dead. You are also not dead. So, try and mark here. Sweet. And destroy. Very nice. Now we can also bit more gold for the treasure trove. Okay. Be gone! I've not even begun to reveal my wrath. Yeah, I like jewelry and all, but I gotta be honest. We just need gold. Nothing else matters right now, just the gold. Ah! That's fine. We just need more gold. Give us the gold. Bum 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 bum. Well, we don't need that tree. Actually, we're not gonna camp. Yeah, just get rid of the camp. We're not going to. I could technically have the Antiquarian interact with that, but I'd actually like to keep her if we can. There we go. Just leave those behind, whatever. Don't need them. Lilith does end up dodging the Skelly Boy. Very cool. Okay. We're doing okay. We're going to survive. Oh, dude. I gotta tell you, though. It's not often I'm pushed to the very, very brink of losing in Darkest Dungeon. It really does not happen very often. And I don't say that to try and be like, bro, I'm amazing at this game. Because let's be honest, I'm not very good at this game at the best of times. But, yikes. Black Reliquary is extremely hard. Now, I do appreciate that they actually bumped up the gold numbers. It's much easier to recover from situations like this. Like, for example, if this was base if this was base Darkest Dungeon, there's a high chance I wouldn't recover. At least not without selling every single one of my trinkets, and then also having a good gold run. Big hit, 42%. We hit those. We bleed those. Sinister inoculation. Well, I don't like you. Oh, we hit those. 24%. Easy. Cha, bro. I've got you defended. Whoa. Just leave it to me, man. Little bit of regen for us. We're going to need the blight resistance, I feel. You are expiated worm. Okay. Now then, I'll take your soul. Thank you much. Okay, there goes our one for the match. Give me a mark. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay, big boom. Very good. Our damage is starting to scale up. That's what I like to see. Actually, I don't want to get rid of that body, but I will get rid of you. Okay, probably going to heal that. No, you actually go for the attack. And missed. Very cool. Is the game taking pity on me because we had such a bad situation? Boy, I hope so. I'm just going to set up a post. Uh-huh. Works for me. That just works towards the XP, gotta be honest. Pretty nice. You're dead. Yeah, 14 bleed. You dead. Put a regen here. Slowly recover our health however we can. I'm just going to go for the riposte here. Very cool. Do it again. I want that XP healing. Okay, next turn. We get the... Do not toy with this one. Fine. I've learned my lesson. But... Dang it, he's dead. Curses. I was too overzealous with my attack. And now here we are. Killing our adversary instead of draining them for all they were worth. Speaking of, give me your valuables. Wow. Well, actually, 5 extra accuracy for range. That's not bad. I definitely would prefer, say, a unique artifact. You know, that'd be pretty solid. If you could maybe hook me up with one of those, or like, I'll take a jute tapestry. You know. If a jute tapestry wants to drop, that'd be pretty cool. I'm just gonna have her start interacting with everything. You know what? Forget it. She got a disease. Alright, that's what I get. Running low on healing. We need our flagellant to take damage, actually. Big hit. You love to see it. 44% and 56, I think? This time I want you dead. I want to reduce their accuracy as much as I can. 54. Easy. You love to see it. Bleed. Dang it. Double bleed. That's what I like to see. That right there is what I like to see. Formations. We take what we can get. At least it's not damage. We can look at it that way. At least it is not damage. That is also not damage. Okay. Regen here, because you're not in a healthy state of mind right now. I would prefer you get better. Yeah. We can reduce that even a little bit. Kill. Dang it. 6? Actually, he's dead. Wow, we actually got him. Okay. Now, get ready to kill the Turpicarian. Did I actually say that right first try? More like Twerp-Sicarian. Oh, I'm so hilarious. Please laugh. No! I don't think he found it funny. Well, so be it. Alright, never mind. I'll try again next time. Give me your gold. I will sack... By the way, we're absolutely just releasing the Antiquarian. We're not going to spend the resources trying to keep her alive. We're actually... I know this is pretty terrible, but we're just gonna let her do her thing, give us as much gold as possible, and then we're just gonna let her go. Okay, didn't land the bleed. That's kind of unfortunate. Reeve. Okay, no death doors. Actually, opportunity. We can get a very lovely heal. Oh, and a crit heal? That's what I like to see. I think we're back in Exsanguinate range for the next fight. Death. Actually, that's another corpse. Yes. No. Ow. Very painful. We're gonna take the risky road here. And we're talking super... Oh, but he went first. Oh, but the gold. But our flagellant. At least it was a crit. Ooh! Yes! That's what I've been waiting for. Okay. Boop, boop. Oh, that makes it worth it. That right there makes it worth it. At the very least, you know, you could argue, oh, well, Shadow, you missed out on 500 gold. Yeah, well, we just got the unique artifact, so technically we gained more than that. Well, not technically. We did gain more than that. Even if you consider the 500, we still got an extra, what, 650? Give or take? Oh! Dude, we found the perfumer! Our luck is starting to swing up! Yes! Oh, it's kind of... You know what? I mean, these are fine. These are fine. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we finally found the perfumer, dude. Our luck is starting to turn around. This is the... Oh, dude. You have no idea how... The string of horrible luck I've been on, and then we made a risky play, and now it's starting to work out for us. The alchemist is offering a trinket, which he claims can be evolved at a later time. Please give it to me. Give it to me, please. Yes. Oh, and this is going to help so much against the Trogs. Yes. Dude, this is exactly the breakthrough we needed. Oh my god, this is so good. Thank you, Perfumer. You're one of the many things that have just saved this run. I thank you. I'll repay you at a later date. 50, 60. Now, I will say, she didn't have her trap disarm lowered at all, but other than that, she's relatively balanced, I'd say. Obviously, do I know about balance? No, not really. But that's fine. Also, funk. Give us an extra inventory slot. Okay. Here we go. Potentially final fight. Even if we lose somebody right now, by the way, this breakthrough we've gotten is just so nice. This is exactly what we needed. Yes! I'm so psyched. Ah! Double bleed. I am shocked we hit... Oh! What a turn one. What a turn one. 50% chance to hit, and like... Fine, I guess we'll miss the 24%. Okay. I'm just happy to finally start seeing some good luck for a change. The Shadow Luck Curse is, it's something. Okay, my luck is legit either extraordinarily bad or extraordinarily good. There's no in between for me. I don't know why, but the universe just hates me. So, actually, I don't want to... Yeah, I do. I was gonna say, I don't want to kill you, but yes, I do. I want you dead. Actually, does that make a body because it died to the axe? Dude, our good luck is continuing. Okay, we can't hit the Terpsicarian, but that's fine. Give me your gold. Okay, we're about to have a resolve check, but like I said, we're just gonna remove the Antiquarian. Give me your soul. At least a small part of it, if you would be so inclined. And as for you... Death. Now we're starting to stack up. Debuff? Yeah. Can barely focus. Death. Death. Slice. Oh. That's fine. That's not fine. Dang it, Lilith. Curse you for doing actually balanced numbers. Although we are starting to stack up pretty high. We're at an extra 50% damage. Death. Yeah. That is why Exsanguinate is better than Redeem. IMO! Now, of course, Redeem can come in clutch. I'm not saying it can't, but, you know, Exsanguinate just for self-healing and the bleed is just so good. Please die. Thank you. There we go. Oh, we did it! Yes! This is the breakthrough we needed. Give me all your stuff. Yes. We're leaving. Yeah, we're leaving. And with such a great haul. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that! Yes! This is so... You don't seem to understand how close we were to needing to make big sacrifices just to keep going. This is what we needed. Thank you, Black Reliquary devs, for making gold more worthwhile. The citrine alone is like a huge one. Like 250 to 400, that's insane right there. And then the emerald is from 750 to 1,000. Onyx is from 500 to 750, I think. And then jade is 550 from 3... Or is it 375? No, I'm thinking of base game jade. Yeah, whatever. Too many gems. Anemic? Well, yeah, okay. Wait. What? Anemic minus bleed resist. Impervious plus bleed resist. Ooh. Lethal. Dude. The game is giving us everything we need. Praise the BR devs. They heard my cries. And they're like, you know what? Let's help Shadow out just this once. Oh, praise be to the BR devs. I take back every bad thing I've ever said. Ever. Ay. By the way, they're all named Last Hope because as far as I knew, they were going to be our last hope. But then we actually won against the Ghoul Mother, so that worked out. Okay, we're back up to 30k gold. Oh, man. What a relief. There's not a second Antiquarian. There is another Dredge, actually. Lounger, Known Cheat, Germaphobe. Okay, not the worst. How about the Judicator? Eraser, Self-Assured. Untalented. Untalented does not matter at all. Hagamania. I mean, that actually makes sense considering it's Adjudicator. I actually want this Adjudicator. A Hellion with Lounger, Hard Noggin. Soft does kind of suck, but Hard Noggin is so good. You know what? Welcome to the team. Knee Jerk. Okay. Vestal doesn't get riposte that often. Ashen does kind of suck. Melee Vestal. And more accuracy while bleeding. Which is kind of funny, considering the minus bleed resist, huh? Melee Vestal? I cannot believe we actually managed to get through this. That seemed, for sure, like it was going to be the end. I thought that was such a bad string of events, paired with spending most of our money on the medicinal distillery. I thought for sure it was over. Like, we were going to have to sell all their trinkets, we were just going to have to go on suicide runs and hope. But it actually worked out decently okay. Now, we did lose a couple of heroes. This is by far the most heroes we've ever lost, and most of them are Vestals, but that's okay. We also lost me, but that's okay. We can just get another one, I think. Now, she's supposed to only be pagan, but I guess something went wrong, so that's fine. If we see a pagan Lilith, we'll get rid of this one and we'll take the pagan. Oh boy. Okay, so we still... Oh, Cherugin's Pendant! The game is seriously giving me everything I need! Oh, it's so good! Reduces cooldown on Barbaric Yop. That's an interesting one. Okay. Musketeer... Wait, what? On miss, self-bombard plus 100% damage. Isn't that her, Oh, that's an interesting one. Huh. Yeah, especially if you go with shrapnel ammo with that. That's a lot of... That's a double damage bombard. That's kind of crazy. Huh. I'm gonna go for the Cherugin's Charm, though. However, just because we've recovered doesn't mean that it's going to be easy to keep going. But this is the exact break we needed. We have the freaking Capuchin back, and he is going to be infinitely useful fighting the Trogs. We also have the Strange Hatchet, which is going to be another huge source of extra damage. So literally, this is what we need. This is what we needed. The only way this could be actually perfect is if we still had our permanent riposte trinket. If we still had that, we could basically win the game right now. But because we don't, we do still need to do a little bit of stuff. So, here's what I'm thinking. Because I gotta use Big Brain. Big Brain has to be used if we're going to beat this, because the game has shown time and time again, if you don't take it 100% seriously, you get a little bit too lax, you get a little bit too relaxed, you're gonna fall hard. Which we just did, and we actually managed to recover from our fall, unbelievably. But here's what I'm thinking. I actually might want to take the Leper to the big fight. Now, I know that sounds like a little bit of a weird one. The Leper is not exactly the most reliable when it comes to accuracy. However, he has Forceful, which will work very nicely with Purge. Sneaky, so there's a high chance... Well, there's a 20% reduced chance that we're going to be shuffled at the start of any given fight. Tough, extra 10% max health. Can't go wrong with that. Troglodyte Slayer, an extra 15% damage versus Trogs, and an extra 5 accuracy. Very, very handy. Obviously, he is faithless, so Solemnity should be fine. We could also go for like Withstand instead of Intimidate, but Intimidate has just been so useful. De-stealthing the Trogs is just amazing. I think the only thing I would actually debate doing, and I know this is going to sound weird, is if we did a build where we went Purge, Withstand, Solemnity, and Intimidate. How weird is that? But that's what we've been reduced to. The extra accuracy stacking from Purge is just really, really nice. It also gets rid of all corpses. Very handy. It doesn't do quite as much damage, but it does mean that we're going to be landing attacks way more often. Withstand is basically just going to help our survivability. Can't go wrong with that. Solemnity, obvious. And Intimidate to get rid of those stealths. And it also debuffs targets to do less damage while also speeding ourselves back up. So, all in all, this might actually be what we take. So, for example, we would do Leper here. No, okay, well, Leper here. And then what will we take next? And I want to walk you guys through what I'm thinking. Because when I don't think, it really just goes wrong. So, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking, and hopefully it goes right. I'm actually debating the Crusader. And part of the reason for that, we have Zealous Accusation, very, very handy. It's an expiate, it debuffs protection, very handy. Like, that's multiple things we want. It can also hit anywhere from 1 to 3, so it has good area coverage. Plus, expiate, can't go wrong with that. Stunning Blow, you can't go wrong with stuns, although I gotta be honest, I haven't been landing, like, any stuns. I know it's just bad luck, but man, I've been sucking with the stuns. And then, we're either going to take Bulwark of Faith, which will give us permanent protection for the fight, could be very, very handy, or we're going to keep Holy Lance in case we do get shuffled. And then, we're either going to, or no, we're not going to take Inspiring Cry. We're going to take Battle Heal. Because stress is going to raise very fast in a boss fight. So being able to heal more based on stress is going to be very, very useful. If the boss hits us for 30 damage and we're able to heal 18 of it, at the very least, we've made it, instead of 2-shotting us, he has to 3-shot us, which is a plus. That keeps us off death's door for longer. And then I'm a little bit torn, because it's either going to be the Crusader or the Shieldbreaker. The Shieldbreaker has just been freaking amazing. I already consider her an S-tier character in Base Darkest Dungeon, though with the high protection so many enemies have, her naturally having armor piercing is just so good. Like, you saw her damage with the Ghoul Mother. It is so good. But what I'm thinking for the third position is I'm actually kind of thinking a bit more support. I'm thinking the Man-at-Arms. Now, it helps our Man-at-Arms not only has Considerate, Hard-Skinned, and Troglodyte Slayer, but here's the build I was considering. We could do Bellow. Bellow makes it so we have an easier time critting enemies, and critting enemies means we're killing enemies faster. Pretty good. Defender. Can't really go wrong with Defender. And then Bolster is just a given. Bolster's very, very handy. But for the fourth ability, so it's going to be Bellow, Bolster. I'm thinking Command. Command might just be the way to go. And then we can either finish it off with Defender or Crush. Crush, or no, we can't even use Crush. Never mind. So it'd be Defender. We would be using Defender. And we'd basically be playing support Man-at-Arms, which is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe not the best, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So that right there already looks like a solid, just meaty team. Like, we have the Leper, bit of self-sustain, bit of tank, bit of utility, and a bit more utility. Crusader. Utility, healing, utility, damage, healing. Man-at-Arms. Utility, 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 utility. Can't go wrong with that. And then, assuming we put the Capuchin, he's going to help our relatively low damage, which, very, very good. We're also going to be using the Axe, which is going to further give ourselves more damage. So, already, we're making up for our lack of damage through our trinkets with both the Capuchin and the Strange Hatchet. But as for who's going to be in the final slot, I gotta be honest. It's probably going to be the Vestal. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Maybe it won't be, because our Vestals have not exactly been doing great. We might, for one of the first few times ever, take the Occultist. Obviously, he won't get the extra healing done, because no one here is pagan. But that's fine. He's going to be able to use Amber Curse. Amber Curse and getting the Amber Blight on the boss is going to be very, very useful. Not only is it going to reduce the boss's damage, it's going to make the boss take more damage, which is obviously going to increase our damage, the Capuchin's damage, the Axe's damage. That right there is pretty good, as well as increasing Expiate's damage. So it's going to just, all around the board, be very, very useful. Word Reconstruction, as much as I don't trust it, if we have the Cherugin's Charm, should be relatively safe. I wish there was some way to reduce our bleed chance, but unfortunately I don't think that there is. So, you know, we'll have to roll the dice with that. Now, I'm debating... We're going to go for Abyssal Artillery, because he's going to be in the 4th slot, but I'm debating between Vulnerability Hex, which reduces dodge, has a chance to mark, although the mark doesn't really do anything, or Daemon's Pull, which can potentially pull people out of position. So that's the team I'm thinking about. We'll see if I stick to it, and we'll also see if they can survive until the next episode, but that's what I'm thinking. So, that's my plan. Oh man, this has been a stressful episode. This is... that's probably the lowest I've been this save. That was close. We basically were about to have to sacrifice a lot. So, I've been rambling for too long. This isn't exactly how I wanted the episode to go. But hey, at the very least, we're ending on a high note. We're rising back up. We just hit the bottom of the well. It's time to climb back up. So in the next episode, we are going to kill that boss. We only need to do one caverns mission, I think. And then the boss will show up, and we'll be able to get through it, hopefully without issue. And hopefully by that time we have some level 4 or some level 5 heroes. So... who's ready to see the final boss get killed in the next episode? I know I am! But thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Pure Struggle. It has been an adventure. But you can't keep me down for long. My shadow luck is bound to swivel the other way eventually, and it looks like it has. Let's just hope it doesn't swivel back before we kill that boss. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.